glory, and get you me so. Now your glory, they make a day on you. I'm a child of glory. To the moon, that's my new name. From glory to glory, that's where I'm going. I'm scaling new heights. No man can stop me. This my year of settlement. The giant in me is coming alive again. I'm a child of glory. That's my new name. From glory to glory.
Hello, I'm Chicago. I'm a born-again Christian. Join me every Sunday 9 to 10 p.m. on Go Gospel. Go Gospel is a program that brings to you gospel artists to showcase their music and bless you with ministration. As we spread the gospel of Jesus Christ, make it a date with me, Chicago, on Go Gospel every Sunday 9 to 10 p.m. on Star Television, Channel 21.
So watch me play.
Yes. It's another edition of Go Gospel on Star TV Channel 21. Go Gospel are the program they bring to you gospel music and also gospel musician, and also the way all they use for spread the gospel of Jesus Christ. Yes, today na second Sunday, and I want to say happy Sunday to everybody. I'll not say you will go church today, you get a blessed Sunday. I want to thank God for the one that we be get programs in different locations. Them thank God for APPMC actors, professionals and also presenters, musicians for Christ program. APPMC we start yesterday, and today we thank God for wonderful moment we'll be get with Majid Michel, we'll get with Pascal Amanfo, and also Gbentum from Ghana. We can share their experience in the Christian forum for tell how it be for them as Christians in the movie world, and how it is for them now as an evangelist and a pastor. One for thank God for today I get two people I work in say that like by them inside gospel music ministry, and also as a pastor and as a prophetess. Sorry, the one not a pastor, the one an ordained man of God is my brother, and I want to thank God for his life. The program we watch now Google Gospel on Star TV Channel 21. We they come up with the program. My name is Chicago. I get with me Apostle Wilmot or the Adiola of Eternal Life Ministry. Welcome, Pa.
Thank you, sir.
And I also get with me Prophetess Deborah. I don't be a long time. We don't see him, and you don't come again to the studio. Welcome, ma.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I want to start with you, Apostle Wilmot Adiola. Thank God for Eternal Life. We see last week you be open the church officially, because you don't take a long time. You don't do the ministry, and God don't call you into it now. We thank God for a fast improvement. Take you through how it has been for Eternal Life moving as a pastor.
Well, I want to tell Daddy God thank you for such an opportunity, because being a pastor, I believe one I call into a privilege for make you God see and call you for that you can serve him. Because a few God is here and call them. And so Eternal Life, we are grateful and thank God for his grace, because coming from the music today as an apostle, it has been the grace of God, and having people where God we don't call before you, like being like a mentor, a mother, like a father. Then we get the heart of God way before show you the way, because in this calling you need people then we for show you the way. Anything in life you need people then, because people then we don't did it. And so when you get the right people, everything about you will be a speed.
Okay, now look at the setting and the location of Eternal Life. Now one kind community, if you look at they see a class of people people will say I know good day I own a church, then the way to bring about the speed development of Eternal Life having a structure, because I would say now 2 or 3 years old church, if I can call it.
Yeah, that's what you want to see. So it's 1 year. And the reason why God give you the speed is about prayer. about seeking God's face. It's about really know what you want and also pleasing the heart of God. You see, God, there are people where God not call. There are people where God call. There are people where get flash from
some man a text message.
Yes, some man get text. You where God call, you hear he say call you. When he's sending a place, you did not say God call me. And so I believe say whatever that is happening right now in that place of Army team, you know that God called this young man and God is behind him and God is giving him the backup. And so that's why you see the rapid growth of eternal life. And also, when God call you, it is send good people there with you. You see, when Jesus come for doing ministry, he go and get good people. And I believe me, team where God give me is a good team.
Okay, so for move on, within eternal life, they think about in the next years to come, with this rapid development we want to take.
Eternal life presently we embark on feeding the young guys within the community. We get a feeding program, and also we want to see how best we can for influence with community for society. From there, where they believe God for get a move from that community to other community then for see what we can, because they say charity begins at home. What we cannot do where we are right now, we can't do it outside. And so based on how we aim for influence the people within we reach, that's how we go aim for influence people outside the community.
Okay, prophetess, it don't be a long time. I think before inside this year you launch your video album. Tell me a small thing about how prophetess on the move since the Terry left Go Gospel, he come back. What has been the development in your music career?
Thank you so much. There are a lot of developments where don't really take place, and I want for tell Papa go thank you, especially for my personal life, my spiritual life. Don't go in the area of my gift in the prophetic. You don't go higher. And after we are left here, I go Ghana, I go Liberia, and I come back and I do my third album. This now a powerful album. The title of the album now, Only God Knows. And this album I've done launch 2. This one will make it was so wonderful. You know, the place was packed full. Politicians were there, community people were there, great pastors were there, and we other artists, the company artists, the churches, pastors, and the launching was so powerful. And this time around, because when we launch first, second, I just stop and not do no other launching again. But this one, the direction we God give me that are for move in our communities, because the music is also preaching, passing on message to people. So I they move in our communities for launch this album and preach and the gospel through music. And so Friday the 10th of May, I'll be there in Apostle Mayonga in Church, Dunamis International Center for the volume 2. And second Sunday is June also at the Dana Jue for the volume 3. And so I see God they take me higher into music, and the season don't change.
Indeed, we see God they take you higher, because from following you, we don't see a lot of travels, opportunities. You go out. I don't be like as a prophet trying to balance the music ministry with the prophetic field. If they call you here for go minister in Ghana, then you can forget maybe you get an invitation as a music minister for go. How you will balance it too?
Well, actually, I say they go together, because the prophetic they go with music. When you really want to prophesy as a prophet or a prophetess, you go higher in worship. And during that worship, as they worship God, as so God they open your eyes and they walk in the prophetic. So they go along.
Okay, I want for all now there. The program you watch now, Go Gospel on Star TV channel 21. I got a big package and surprise for you. Go Gospel be host Majid Michel, Pascal Amanfo, and Timothy Gbentum. We get forget them shortly, but we'll go for a short break with a song, Judgment Day, and we'll come back and continue the program.
while on earth for him. It is called Judgment Day. It's a day of reckoning for you and me. It's a day of reward. One day we will give account of the life that we lived while on earth for him. It is called Judgment Day. It's a day of reckoning for you and me. It's a day of reward. For many are living a sinful life, forgetting that there is a day called Judgment Day. We shall all give account of what we've done in this passing world before the Lord. One day we will give account of the life that you've lived while on earth for him. Remember that the life you have, you're living it on borrowed times. One day death will come and you will give account. One day we will give account of the life that we lived while on earth for him. It is called Judgment Day. It's a day of reckoning for you and me. It's a day of reward. One day we will give account of the life that we lived while on earth for him. It is called Judgment Day. It's a day of reckoning for you and me. It's a day of reward. For many are living a sinful life, forgetting that there is.
Okay, that is a song done by our sister talking about Judgment Day. Of course, we all know it thing ever happen during Judgment Day. So you wait for behave. You will know say you don't want to go on the other bad side and for behave so that you will get the crown of glory. I still there with me now the studio Prophetess Deborah and also Apostle Wilmot. The program right now Google Gospel on Star TV channel 21. I tell you say I'll be encounter with Pascal Amanfo, Timothy Gbentum, and Majid Michel. Of course, we all know Majid Michel, the wonderful actor. Na Ghana, we don't act so many movies. Them go gospel, we go we meet them and we get an interview with them. We'll get for sure the interview shortly. But I get with me, may guess the lad deal with them first. Prophet Deborah, we look at your song. One of the song, the Bossy Eye. Somebody be asked as a prophetess, how you sing that song that they pull in Bossy Eye, Bossy Eye, everything call that. Yeah. What not the experience of being the song there?
Yes. Many people they misunderstand the song. Actually, Boss Eye. Boss Eye simply means you get some people them where they no one fully amounts to anything. I believe for some people they believe for say which is then a reality, but that's the jealousy day, and in fact it don't pass mark inside the church. And so when then things then they happen, like in the case of Joseph inside the book of Genesis chapter 37, inside the book of Genesis, you find out say when Joseph dream, he dream one, he dream two, they not believe, and they fight against them for later dream they not come to pass.
Then we, in fact, then if you say Joseph in life don't done, and God caused a famine for take place, for let them travel go meet Joseph na Egypt. The second dream where Joseph dream say they see the sun and they bow down. They reach na Egypt and then bow down before Joseph without realizing that's not Joseph that bow down to. So that particular time, the Joseph don't bust their eyes. Not that so physical, but spiritual, yes. It don't bust their eyes, but because people they're so carnal.
Yeah, the jargons.
They don't understand. That's how we prophetess they sing. You forget deeper insight and revelation to the song.
So you make a gagamorphy.
Of
and
course.
Also supposed to be ready for give it back up.
Exactly. And you know what? Inside that album, they never know say bust their head was so shoot up. 9 people they like.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Any side. Now my community, any side. Father, don't change my name from prophetess to bust their
Because these are the captions. Like when they look at captions, it don't be this kind of problem now in the gospel music industry that it had for let gospel music sell.
Really?
For let somebody go able to say buy. What do you think say is the problem? Is it the lyrics? Is it the artists? Is it the listing are there? Are the promoter them? Who do for blame?
I tell you something. We get talents then in this country. We get talents then in this country, and we get people that are anointed even more than the one that the music where they play. But one thing about Sierra Leoneans, they love foreigners. They like foreigners. Then they listen to. I don't go na programs. For let them play Sierra Leone music, maybe body can catch. I go meet the DJ. I say wait, but I not get Sierra Leone music. We not get the structure for make we music they sell. We not get markets. We not get good promoters. We not get supporters. And so me the logic when we gonna move to churches, move to communities for let you able for sell. When you go to some other country and get as you pull in music so you don't get whether they sell for you.
But what about now? Technology don't do. There's a lot of improvement in technology. Because first of all, can you imagine those days you get super sound, then you get CSA, the market for you, do everything for you. You just now royalty you they take. Yeah. Then now we talk about improvement of modern day technology. First time video then say not be proper. We not remember video clips and it's like the cassette sales and everything, but it the network. When are the problem really when now we don't get improvement of technology we not able to sell our gospel music.
Well, like I say, now the kind side where we find we safe. Not that as I repeat back, not that we not get good. Now they see YouTube. Most of the music then you get WhatsApp and everything, but we not get promoters. To be honest with you, we get Sierra Leoneans the way they sing. And they just not by the program where you mentioned about Majid. I see Sierra Leoneans we are not ever see safe. When they sing, you go feel saying it passing as the anointing of God they come down. So we really everything as Sierra Leone, it takes the grace of God. We really get foundational troubles and foundational problems.
Okay, Apostle Widmot, you don't campus we don't waka for see our best. There has been something structured. You understand in the gospel music industry, in a way we will all benefit and wait there. But it happened that we not see that kind of thing like it is sell. The problem is the people don't will accept it, they don't will buy them yet. Why?
Before the Kanaya, I just get a meeting and you see the reason why gospel music force not able for team up in this country is because we are not united. That's the one thing. And the reason why we are not united because people believe that they are superior on themselves. They don't believe in another man gifting. And this ego that I myself in me, until we kill and force and believe in others that, for example, like prophetess Deborah now, she's doing well. Somebody just need for recommend her because none of us say, when he begins sing, come on, getting training, whose church we did? No, the gift we God don't give him. Now they make room for him. Today there are people that we don't sing many times or whatever, but they are nowhere. Somebody's coming now, she's making a mark, having an invitation, go some out of the nation for where represent Salome, because anytime we left Salome, we go to any nation. Now Salome we represent. And so I think we need to believe in ourselves and we need to know there is season and time for everybody. And so once you able to identify that in somebody's and promote them. So like I go play Prophetess Deborah song na house to me, I'll play on a motor car, I will play on a church. No say no, not to me your song, I'm not the player. No. We need to believe in ourselves and accept ourselves. Then you see gospel music will take in peak.
What has been the case that there are so many divisions?
Lot of them.
Okay, we get begin to talk about partitions. Not forget about the people in the provinces. Then they always think say waiting Freetown they do. Freetown they always forget about them. We come in from Freetown, not taken from Waterloo. Freetown style, you understand? We taken from that Waterloo come out. Now Waterloo back don't get young form, young body. Then between Waterloo to Devolol. Anybody there around that vicinity they now then get a young program that we organize. No one care about tongue. Then take them from Devolol now look and say we say we pass for junction okay Eastern Police. Now another set of people in the way they govern where you get like slagger and other thing. Then you come out there, you come say St. John, you get another body. From there you come off St. John, say you come and go, you get another body. Now if the country say you want the gospel people at least there one person who represent the gospel people. Who that will go send?
Oh, this now one big question. But I go answer because you know one thing I see where there are certain young people where they be carried away in terms of into the gospel music. If I know one big man of God, no means in a salon I don't take. Not a salon I don't take. The big man of God is known within salon and in circuit of his members. And if, for example, government want to deal with gospel music, ministers, I think all these bodies, wherever they are, need to come together and form a formidable. Because the problem I see today, nobody know want for dissolve. Everybody want for say, like for example, I'm representing Eternal Life music ministers as the president. And so even when I have the meeting today with member of my team, and try for share to the one or two meeting I attended talking about the national body, they said it very clear that we will not dissolve. And you know, me as a president, I think I'm working with a team. I will not just use me vote power say forget it. No, I work with my team. I stand with my team. So anything my team say now the team up with. So you see, so I think we don't need to come together as one, having a concrete and a sober, serious meeting, not about just casual, serious meeting, and get the support of certain fathers in the land come into gospel music. It doesn't mean that they come for just try for bring, because the music body is crack in this country, you know.
Yeah, Prophet Deborah, what about Apostle they talk about coming with the fathers? There is a conflict between the musicians and the pastors in the churches. You see one pastor will tell you say, not all musicians, what if it's not me? Altar for allow you for minister.
Sure.
The one way you get in church, you get problem with them. Say not committed, you will appear in the church. How then go solve this problem? How, like what Apostle say, how will we get them pastors here? For how we solve this problem with research? For how we get a strong body for the gospel music union.
Number one, we get for accept each other and get for believe for say we all get different gifts. The Bible say do we are many but we are one body. The pastor as the musician or an artist or a choir at the church for expect the pastor in position, as well as the pastor too for expect the artist in position. Then they will able for come together, understanding. We not for think about superiority. You know, when you talk about gifting, all things they work. You know, we say the hand important past the nose, or the nose important past the eye. They're all a part of the body and they're important. If we get this understanding, then we go able to come together. Like when me Sunday talk, Apostle, we must they talk about say for dissolve, let we come together. Me they see and say there's small groups them, you know, go say let them dissolve, but we get an umbrella.
one umbrella where all the groups they are the come inside. When if now they say, well, one for saying gospel artists, the government one for kind side, they know say that this body, but then get various ankles or anchors where yes, diversities where they come under. We will not say yes, this all the artists of various groups they under, because we all know go come from like Waterloo, like Kenema, but all the small union them going for come inside this one big umbrella, like when they say United Nations.
How the small union go come on where the small union of themselves not go team up strong? How they go form one body?
Well, I think say this we get for see the possibility. We really get for see the possibility. For let them groups they have to come under, and then we they get trainings, we they get meetings for build up them small union here. So whilst we they meet up at this big umbrella for teaching, and I believe for say if all work in the spirit in unity, we'll be able for the
But I think interestingly, most people we now they call themselves gospel musicians. No, not even the under a union, under a body self, because the mentality is I'm big, I don't need for go submit on another person for law with color. But if forming a union is like for law you get one two only, you understand, and will get one aim and one motive and one focus. But if it begin be so now that nobody know for go under a union, how we go regulate this particular thing, get a body we go get present.
Well, actually, we go for synthesize. Sorry, then we young one and we they come up. Like I say, we be ask me the first question. The direction we go to give me, I call them upcoming artists. But you find out say some of them, you know, like when me son talk about season, you know, some gospel artists they come now one great sing, they go sing one thing, you see shoot. They go see that they don't 3-4 years, they don't they hearing song there, they don't feel big of himself, he don't get pride, you know, want for take order again. Well, so certain facilities and way go come if you know they under that body day.
I'm not sure say you go enjoy them. Now that we supposed for do. So that small one go know say, even though they hear you music, but you meet, you forget respect and discipline for the one that we don't meet them because it's about season and time.
Respect now one kind thing Apostle Wilmot we they cause a little bigger problem right now among musicians in the gospel forum. That day, like we prophetess they talk here, some man non know say I don't come meet people who don't start from 1975. When 1995 we don't date 2093 they so. But 1995 to the way God will put you on time, you make a name. But if it still continue for day, then me don't come be 2019. I don't come, you don't come make me name. I think say a big for that 1995. You understand me? You don't say in this thing.
One thing way I want for if you're a young gospel minister, you listen to me. The calling what we get for sing gospel music, first I want you understand say there is grace. For let you sing gospel music. And also the anointing.
Okay.
You start well. He said the starting of a thing no matter, not the ending. There are some people that don't lost grace, they don't lost anointing. I wonder we look at in that aspect first, where you lost grace, then you lost the anointing. Whereby you still get grace, you get the anointing, but you are not able again to hit. That means it is not your season again. And so when you meet that person, he still get the grace. You still get the anointing, but not hit the nation. That kind of person, you get for respect. But the one way you meet, he don't lost the grace, he don't lost the anointing like the old prophet and the new prophet. When God gave the new prophet an assignment, he tell us he not do so, and the old prophet go and tell us he do so. You see, we get for take up in the spiritual aspect as both the physical aspect. There's old people we don't feel say they don't do it for long. Why make you find out say when young people that they come into gospel music, some of them they come to me for advice. Because they meet with it and they see say we still get the grace, the anointing. It doesn't mean whether I don't make a song, we don't reach it to Makeni. But you see say the man, God don't take her to another realm. And so they come. So there are other way they go around. They lost grace, they lost anointing. There are others, they get the anointing, they get the grace, but they are not hitting. So those people, you meet them for advice, you meet them for order, because you see, you just need somebody for open your eye into this thing. Music, it get different aspect. You get the business part, you get the spiritual part, you get the area of being socialized. Some young boys, and they can, this WhatsApp don't make the thing now so much. Like saying, yeah, it's so interesting. You go in a photo, you go pay 2,000, you know, the snapper. He write funny things that they begin poster, you go to a studio, you get 200,000, you go to one song, they begin share over WhatsApp. If he say don't become a gospel minister. No. You will get the grace to the anointing for break boundaries. The anointing of acceptance. People for accept your music.
So basically, I think the union is necessary because now you able to regulate some of these things. If now we talk about for now we change the standard of gospel music, going to another level higher than USA would be, I think there must be a union way for the regulate some of these things. You understand? Because trust me, if the listener gets with somebody music, the first music will meet up, you know, not that kind sweet that gospel music, you know, go get zeal again for listening the balance one in the BN. Go take and say all gospel music are the same. You understand? Yeah. So I think the necessary thing there for the union be.
You see, for the sober-minded unions, the way they presently, I believe say every union get a music director and an editorial team where they edit the music in terms of written and also when you go to the studio. I believe say there are a lot of people where they do classic production, and also the engineers get a lot for do when it comes to the music. And so I believe say some of these them young mayor or young sisters, the way they come into this gospel, they don't belong to any union.
Yeah.
And so then just go in a studio. And also they blame the engineers them. And again they want to make money. You know, they run cost, fuel and everything, light system, and maybe they also then get a studio and rent, they get for pay. So if somebody called Bimbishke go beats and yeah, let go plan and community. And make some mind they do song now only in mama, in papa, in sister, and brother, in party and they get this song. But not that person not better. And when you do music like that one, they want. If for no season God not to the area they God call. If now sweep God call, you go sweep na church. Sweep no more, not music you left at first, go sweep na church until you get that kind of thing inside you. You feel, you see. So when you see somebody the old mic, they now church now they say, hey, you get God don't call you for sing, go sing. You go see, go angry, keep money, be angry, accepting, but you go.
So the exposure of technology don't make people enjoy the do it. Prophet says, as we therefore end up now because we get for make people says Majid Michel and Pascal Amanfo for the interview we do them. Waiting that's one of the recommendations you will give to the gospel music as a prophet, as an artist. You balance it too. You get the recommendation to pastors and recommendation to company gospel musicians.
Thank you very much. What I want to say to the artists them first, therefore not say the pastor at the head of the church. We get to give them the respect.
What about if person don't obey? Don't be so obedient in the church. Do everything, respect the pastor, then the pastor no help out.
Wow, it happen. Plenty pastors them no they accept the gospel artists. What I want to say, just like the first statement we make, we need to understand the giftings and we need to accept we safe. It's just that like way people they married, but artist and the pastor, everybody like with the man and the woman, they don't marry. Before the home for sweets and go before and the blessing of God can the man and the woman therefore understand each other and accept one another and help one another. So for let the artist and the pastor they work together same way. We get for understand we serve and then we get for accept one another and we get for help one another. If not, we not go able for forge ahead and we not go able for push because now from the church now they we dey comot be a gospel artist, so we get for work together. The pastor they get for work with me, and we self get for work with them. I believe for saying that the recommendations that they
Apostle Wilmot, it could be a final statement to people out there, especially gospel musicians.
So the gospel musicians, then, I want make you get the spirit of humility, and if you humble yourself, God will lift you up.
Yeah.
I know people will know me from time back when the days of when gospel music really began. You go see me as a gospel minister, and I made to go to cheer for park swimming pool for Christo Wizo in program. By the end of the day, you see me back, I go change, I go up stage for minister. So humility has been a bread for me. And so I encourage you out there as young minister, you dey come up. If you want to go far in life, even when I this one as an apostle, if I go to prophetess where I see I'm a spiritual mother, he get a program. I don't mind for do anything for serve, because the greater call for a man is service. And so I can serve anybody. And anything you want to do, I will do. As long as of God, I'll do. So I want you for let out there you listen to we get the spirit of humility, humble yourself. Even if you're under a man of God, he might not support you. Forget about man's support, but just obey and humble yourself, and God will surely bless you.
Okay, I want to say thank you to prophetess and Apostle Wilmot for getting out of the studio. Go gospel for we talk about waiting the happen at the gospel music industry. We will get a time I will get from Slager, get Internal Life, prophetess Cam, we get from Waterloo Union. Then we all sit down, and also get from Lagem Young Party. Then we sit down. Now see how best we can form something we formidable, and it will be very soon inside this May. We will go argue. Let we argue the faults then, and we'll find a solution. And I want to say thank you. The program you watch at Google Sponsor Star TV Channel 21. Don't forget I tell you say Majid Michel be meet Google Spell, and also Pascal Amanfo and Timothy Gbentum be talk with Google Spell. But we'll go for a short break, and we can show you the interview. Me na Ezekiel Kago.
Coming down for no reason, I'll be reading my word.
Hello, I'm Ezekiel Kago. I'm a born-again Christian. Join me every Sunday 9 to 10 p.m. on Go Gospel. Go Gospel is a program that brings to you gospel artists to showcase the music and bless you with ministration. As we spread the gospel of Jesus Christ, make it a date with me, Ezekiel Kago, on Go Gospel every Sunday 9 to 10 p.m. on Star Television Channel 21.
So watch me
Hello, I'm Ezekiel Kago. I'm a born-again Christian. Join me every Sunday 9 to 10 p.m. on Go Gospel. Go Gospel is a program that brings to you gospel artists to showcase the music and bless you with ministration. As we spread the gospel of Jesus Christ, make it a date with me, Ezekiel Kago, on Go Gospel every Sunday 9 to 10 p.m. on Star Television Channel 21.
So watch me
Hello, I'm Ezekiel Kago. I'm a born-again Christian. Join me every Sunday 9 to 10 p.m. on Go Gospel. Go Gospel is a program that brings to you gospel artists to showcase the music and bless you with ministration. As we spread the gospel of Jesus Christ, make it a date with me, Ezekiel Kago, on Go Gospel every Sunday 9 to 10 p.m. on Star Television Channel 21.
So watch me
Hello.
Many years ago, someone was telling me a story. That's one man from Galilee came into miles away. That's where the story started. That's where the bond began. That's where the suffering ended. My sins were crushed away. And now that I'm not a slave, I can take a selfie. Our soul, our soul, our soul, the way to the Lord. Our soul, our soul, our soul, the way to the Lord. All my sins, all my fears, they've been washed away. All my guilt, all disgrace, they've been wiped away. Away, away. They've been washed away. Away, away. They've been wiped away.
Okay, from the Media One Center, Star Television Channel 21 and Google Spell. I'm now live at... Hello and welcome again to Google Spell on Star TV Channel 21. The program we do at the Google Spell. Me and Ezekiel Kagbo. Now we go for the interview. We begin with Frank Amanfo and also Majid Michel and also to Gbentum concerning the APPMC program with Enkampa. These are the messages will be passed to we as Christians. From the Media One Center, Star Television Channel 21 and Google Spell. I'm now live at Bamo Hotel. I have three important dignitaries I can see in Sierra Leone and all over the world. First, let me start with Timothy Gbentum. He's the man and the initiator behind seeing these other two people. Timothy Gbentum, we heard about your story. It was a sad one. Can you make us to be part of how the transformation you being a born-again Christian now, from an actor to a born-again Christian?
I'm still an actor.
Yes.
I don't think that it's a transition from one place to another. I think it's a deliverance in one place to affect that place.
Okay.
So it's not God taking me away from acting into preaching. It's God delivering me from a particular kind of lifestyle, still in acting, in entertainment circles,
Okay.
but still talking about Jesus. I might not have as much time to do the things I do,
Okay.
but I don't think that it's appropriate to say that God has taken me from acting into because
You're still
I've
acting.
always been a Christian,
Okay.
even down there. It's just that now, because of encounter, because of where I am when it comes to
What brought about the encounter?
it's an interesting question. Say is how the encounter happened. I do not know. You know what I mean? So I can't say, okay, this is what happened. That is why I had this encounter, right? But something happened, and this is what happened. I don't think I had one of those Pauline, road to Damascus experiences where the light falls on you and says, so why are you persecuting me, etc. I just had a very slow. It's as if over time, it's as if someone was holding my heart in their palm and increasing the pressure ever so slightly. So so every time I go by a church, I feel like that's what I'm supposed to be. And it kept happening over time, until of course I met a woman who's my wife now, and that began a series of events, that led me closer to God. My father was a pastor, my mother was for want of a better word, a deaconess. She was very prayerful and everything. But I went astray. And then through all these series of events, meeting different people over periods of time, God got me back on track. You know what I'm saying? And I think that the most profound thing is to see people receive of God
Okay.
at your hands. Then that is the biggest endorsement of God's calling over your life. That you can see somebody receive of God, whatever blessing in any way, shape, or form, the person receives of God at your hands. Paul calls it the things our hands have handled. Okay, so once that happens, so a series of those things over time just kept telling me that, listen, I'm going to use you. I confirm what people have said. I confirm the promises, my word over your life. I confirm that you're going somewhere. So all those things brought me where I am today.
Okay, and now you are the founder of APPMC, actors, presenters,
Professionals and
professionals,
musicians for
musicians for
Christ.
Christ. Why do you decide to come with this kind of initiative, bringing your colleagues in the field?
I think that people, like you said initially, people have the notion that once you are God, you have to leave entertainment and come to church and put on a tie and stand behind the pulpit. Your dressing must change. For me, it bothers me. I think that you must understand that everybody has a pulpit. My pulpit might be the television. Your pulpit might be the bank. Your pulpit might be the music. Her pulpit might be the surgical table in the hospital. Everybody has their own pulpits. And so APPMC is bringing together these people in the arts and professionals to be able to tell people their journey and where they are now in God. So I'm not saying wash your hands off acting and come and be a good Christian. I'm saying you can be a good actor and be a good Christian and impact the world with your own pulpit wherever you find yourself.
But sometimes the church look at movie or acting as that kind of satanic or that kind of worldly thing, that a Christian should not belong to those society. What is your take on that?
It is the most mundane and is the most outdated and most immature and ignorant perspective from which to look at things, because the world is being ruled by the silver screen television, and we have what it takes to change the minds of people to get God into everybody's home through television. So if for any reason the devil is putting an agenda out there. Now, if you watch almost every movie, including cartoons, there are lesbians and homosexuals in there, including cartoons.
Yeah,
So
you're right.
I actually look at my kids' cartoons. They don't watch TV. I buy the cartoons, I vet it, and make sure it doesn't have nonsense before I make them watch it. And there's an agenda out there. I always discuss with my brothers. We're always talking about it. There's an agenda out there. So as Christians that God has put us within this particular industry, we shouldn't be, we shouldn't be, we shouldn't be, you know, we shouldn't, we shouldn't be shallow and very, there's a word is not coming, but yes, very narrow-minded. We should be able to understand that God has made us who we are. Majid comes here, Pascal comes here, and people come from everywhere to want to meet him. Why? Because of television. People will listen to Majid Michel any day over the bishop of this land, Sierra Leone. But if they see Majid Michel stand in the stadium and say, Jesus loves you, every major network will take it. Why? Because of the power of television. So we need to use, that's why God is catching all of us. He's going to the gutter and bringing people who are musicians, who are actors, actresses. If you come to Ghana, there's a revival that's breaking out.
Wow.
And it's because God is taking these people to reach the youth that the devil has targeted. So help us, God.
As Timothy was saying, now people can watch you and listen to whatever you say. Somebody that grew from the suburb village in Ghana, and now you're a celebrity. You went to the school with Kofi Annan and so forth. We want to be part. We want to share some of your experiences in your acting movies and also.
To have dominion over the earth, okay? But what the Christians are doing is that they have left the world alone and are trying to make heaven. So going back to the question you asked about how evil the entertainment world looks like is true. Why is it true? It's true because the rulers and the controllers of the entertainment industry are not of God. What is their spirituality? Those controlling it. If Pascal Amanfo is a movie director and he worships the devil, what kind of movies will he do? Don't forget the devil is also doing evangelism, not just Christians. So any means to evangelize is what they'll do. So whatever Timothy is saying about the cartoons being homosexuals and lesbians is evangelism. Who is doing the evangelism? Those that have taken high positions of influence in the entertainment industry. So if Christians have left the world to make heaven because they believe when I go to church I'll make heaven, that means Christians have left the world alone to be controlled and manipulated by the evil worshippers. So until Christians understand that there's no separation between your gift and your calling, it's not two different things, it's one thing. Go into the world. You go into the world of media and evangelize. You go into the world of pharmacy and evangelize. You go into the world of sports and evangelize. So you want to be a sportsman, make sure you start from the bottom, make your way to the top where you get a position of influence and power and authority, where now you have power to make decisions in the world of sports so that you can affect that world with Jesus and evangelize on that level. But we've all run away from the world and we've left it to be manipulated and controlled by the rest of the people who don't believe in God.
Okay. Yesterday you were it's not a passion, it's a conviction. What is your conviction in being a Christian?
If you
How
don't,
can somebody
if
feel convicted?
conviction is a result of process and encounter. If I take you through a process that cost you your life was at stake, you nearly died. Now, when Jonah came out of the fish of the whale, the mouth of the whale, do you think Jonah will be thinking of how to iron his shirt before he goes to evangelize?
No.
Do you think his mind will be on what shoe should I wear before I go and save these people? No. When Paul saw the foundations of the prison break open, you think the first person Paul saw, he's thinking of how good his beard was shaved before he talks to him. Do you think that would be the first thing on Paul's mind? He told the guy, don't kill yourself. We need you and me. He went to the extent of going to the guy's family. That's conviction. Why? Because what he saw, what he encountered at that moment, nothing tells you you go beyond rationality. It doesn't make sense anymore. It doesn't make sense anymore. When we get encounters that could have cost us our life, where you could have died, or where your name was on the line, everything you've built till now, one small girl will come and expose you. That I have a video with you, Majid, having sex with me, and I'm scared that I'm a man of God. I'm scared that this will go out. I'm scared that something can happen. I'm scared that something, in some way, somehow,
Our lives can just change from 0 to 100 in a minute, and people tend to forget. But then again, like Majid is saying, if you have a conviction and it's settled within you, you constantly have a reminder that I didn't get all this success for myself. I'm here to influence the life of others. I'm supposed to be salt. For example, I've watched my brother Timothy back home, even Majid, sometimes use personal funds to programs, further kingdom agenda, buy his story, help present day drug users, addicts, because he has that conviction that God delivered me from that thing. So constantly you're forced to look back and to remember where you're from. So as I was listening to Majid, I'm just saying to myself, I see the power. I think that many believers today, why we're not able to be salt, is that don't forget that everything we read, Bible we read, came out from men who had convictions. 13 episodes or so came out from Paul by his one encounter. Peter, James, others. I think we have people who are okay to be in a church free but have no deeper conviction of what the faith they profess. So we're not able to be salt. So that at the first blow or the heat of the first storm, people backtrack. People are no longer believers. People can't stand to time. They no longer understand the process, and we are so swallowed up in the wind that we then compromise. So I think that once you understand conviction and it rings in your mind, it's easy to be salt. You know that whatever comes my way, private jet or 10 buildings, it is to impact a life. It is to bless someone. Without that conviction, that encounter with God, it is very easy, to lose track of where you're coming from, and of course, not know where you're going. Think so. I must say Jesus and everything. I don't think so. I think that I like to use the tag faith and family films. They are films that should speak to our very essence of being human beings. Good character, virtues. There are also films that have core messages. For example, like a war room had the core prayer message. Now, between those two, there are also films like Majid has said, which there are things that are passed on very, very quietly, subtly. You wouldn't know, that certain messages are being given out. Like my brother was talking about cartoons. You probably wouldn't take notice of symbols, signs, very subliminal messages, and these things have such power of influence. I think that you should be able to use wisdom to know what film ministers to me and where to draw the line. No, this I can't see, and this I can see. That needs high level of wisdom. And it's not just films, it's musical videos, social media, people's posts all around you. These things are seeds that can easily be sown in the heart, and you don't even see the fruit at that point in time. It leaves it there, it entraps a thought, and over time, if you don't deal with it, then it blossoms into something. So I think wisdom is important to know where to draw the line. These days now, the line is becoming very thin because you don't even know exactly what is what anyway. That's when you need, again, back to conviction and to be sensitive. So if I constantly know who I am by the first line of the song, by 2 minutes into the movie, I'm sensitive not to know, there's something here. Even if I can't place a finger on it, please change the channel. You get? Of course, there are many things you can watch besides that one thing. So it requires you, but many of us are not that sensitive because we don't have that conviction. So we just go with it. The song is nice. You're singing it before, the next week you're dancing to it. We end up in a club. We just go. That's why we have so many churches packed full each week, but little impact in the world. That's why that passage, that greater work shall you do, is still not being actualized. Because though we have numbers, we can pack out stadiums, but how many people who are there live with a conviction of who they are and walk with the Holy Ghost through the Christian work? I believe I should be able to work with him. It's like football. Coaches start working with players. It's man mind to know how to get the best out of it without necessarily overblowing it. I think that's also very important. So the way you approach the director, what you say, you can be so nice and calm, respectfully. These are my limits. This are this. Can we do this? We can sell a cue that we mustn't have. I mustn't be stuck naked because the character has to have sex, even though you end up in the church singing and everything. But that one scene can be all one person sees and not see the end and walk away with an impression. So I think we should know how to use wisdom. Again, the Holy Spirit will guide you because it's a very secular environment. You must be careful not to be branded as whatever, but I think at the end of the day, once you work with God, he will guide you.
Forget about he even met me again, didn't speak to me. But if it's in your mind that this one is a candidate for heaven, the way you even deal with the guy who is collecting the money at in the bus, the way you even deal with that person, you have that in your mind. So you deal with people knowing that they are candidates for heaven. So you cannot say you don't have to do every film has to be repentance. Every film has like he said, you don't have to have Jesus in every line, like a Tyler Perry kind of thing. It's funny, you enjoy it, but when you are leaving, you leave with some moral lesson. What is the morale of the story? So you have had fun with the thing, but slowly and very the undertones of the thing you have watched, because our subconscious is stronger than our conscious. So the things and that's what the people are feeding on. They feed your subconscious some things, and that's what you grow believing and becoming. So you can give a very good, light-hearted, a movie that is paced, fast-paced, and very nice. But it is conveying a particular message.
Yesterday, I was witnessing the conference. You mentioned something about branding and talk about to brand your face when you wake in the morning, to look at the mirror and determine your face. Can you explain to people? I love that thing you were sharing yesterday.
Oh, I was talking about, and I think that was more to do with honing your craft and mastering what you do.
Yeah.
Yes, and I was saying that, no, I mean, film especially is based on expressions. Film especially is based on expressions. And as Africans, we talk too much in film. We don't necessarily, we are not able to carry the thing on our faces without talking. So I did, I got the boy to, he could have done the same thing without opening his mouth, and he's a director. So I've seen him audition people and say, no, I don't want you to talk. Just act it out and let me see. And then they are found wanting because we are used to talking. Oh, please don't kill me. Oh, don't. Oh, please. No. Oh, please. Meanwhile, you could do the same thing without opening your mouth. So fear, and there's fear in your face. So I was saying that every morning when you wake up, look in the mirror and make faces of anger, happiness, anxiety, nervousness, shame, pain, surprise. Once you are able to hone those expressions over time, when it's time for you to act it out, what the script demands comes effortlessly, because you know what. So somebody's looking at you like, wow, he has expressions there, but they don't know that you have trained it over time. That's what I'm saying. Acting is not for dumb people. That's what people think. Acting is for very smart people, because you have to cram lines, you have to remember them, you have to remember what you did when you said this line. So I'm sitting here and we are supposed to be having a discourse. And then when we are talking, I say, okay, so my brother, I went from his house. When I came back, I found out that she was back at home. Yeah? I must remember the same thing when we changed the shuttle. So my brother, I remember when he came back, she was back at home. I must remember the same, else when they are editing, there's trouble. Because now they don't know. You put your leg down, you do this, and then you do this, and then now when it came to they change the shots, close shot. Now you are fully around. So it is work. It is for smart people. It is smart work to be an actor. And so people shouldn't think that I couldn't go to school, so I'll try acting. No, it's not for stupid people. It's not for dumb people. Acting is hard work. It is smart work. And so if you're an actor, you're an actress, I don't even know why they say actor and actress. Do you hear people say soldier and soldieress or lawyer and lawyeress? If you're an actor, you're an actor. So if you're an actor, you should just understand that make your mind work. And I'll tell you, the best way to make your mind work is to memorize scripture. Believe me, memorize scripture. What does it mean? When you memorize things, you're exercising your brain to be able to retain information and bring it back. Don't go and memorize like Majid did. Don't go and memorize. When he was learning back in the day to act, he was memorizing Tony Montana, Al Pacino. He has all those lines in his head. He will say, yeah, yeah, I never thought you would see all those things. You know, but that was him. He had a mentor, all right? But if it's just about being able to make your brain, retentive and be able to cough back information when it's needed, the best thing to do is to do with the Bible.
So within 30 seconds, what would be your final statement to people out
Ma-
there, encouraging them to master their
Master their craft. I'd rather give you a final statement as to how to populate heaven than master your craft. Master your craft is a byproduct. Populating heaven is the objective and the main reason why we are here. And so what I'll tell you is, put it in your mind every day, win one soul for God. You can't win a soul if your life is not right. So if you are looking at winning a soul for God, clean up your own house, begin to live right before God, and your life, sometimes your life is the only book, is the only Bible some people will ever read. How you live. And when they see that, they might ask you, I want to be part of what you have. Then you can tell them about Jesus. So clean your house, be a better person, and believe you me, the sky is the beginning.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Yes, finally, Frank, within 1 second, is it necessary for somebody to have a mentor in developing his or her craft? Or should we be going just like
I think whatever rocks your boat, mentorship is very important. But now, what's even more important these days is what kind of mentor and who the mentor is, because some people are being mentored, and that's a matter for another day. So it's very important, but who is mentoring you, and what kind of information is being passed across. It's not just however, whatever. It's a bit deeper than people see it. It's just also have a figure. Somebody, it's serious. Mentorship is very, very serious. I don't even know how you have a mentor you don't have physical contact with. Maybe you have an admirer, someone you look up to. But mentoring it's big deal. It's forming character. Is helping person get past emotions, temperaments. It's a deepening issue. Like mentorship in ministry. That's a it takes a while to So maybe have people they admire, actors you admire. So you watch their films, you take notes, expressions. You like how they deliver lines. That's good. That's your own within your own lines of personal research. You have directors whose films I really want to see. I see the acting style, how they how they put all the story together. And all that's fine. But if you identify a mentor in the real sense of a mentor, it must be someone who is proven and tested, someone who can actually mold you from the scratch and help you develop whatever talent that God has given you. So it's important. If you can find a physical mentor, then find someone who ticks the boxes of a good actor in whatever profession you find. Not only acting, there's so many people out there, and then you can maybe find out their story and take inspiration. I think that's just inspiration. It comes, to inspire you, to forge on, but it's important. But I'd rather you find a physical mentor, someone you can, at least, even if not in close proximity, who at least from time to time can say, this is it. There. But again, you must know who you're going to. But yeah, so closing lines, I think, like we started off from saying that whatever gift God has given you is for a purpose. So I think that don't forget that talent. The church is losing too many people to the secular world. People come in the church, they're not given opportunities, or they feel they can't wait and go through the process. Next thing you see, a singer in church is going secular, singing in some nightclub. It's the same gifting, but she's lost track of purpose. So don't forget that whatever gifting you have, it might not be only in the arts, banking, food, whatever it is in life, it's for a purpose. And so stay in the line of and patiently wait. It's a process. It won't happen tomorrow. No matter how excellent that gift is, God will take you to a process. There will be pain, there will be trials for not rising. But if you stay the course, at the end of it all, God always comes through.
Thank you very much. Evangelists, your fans, they want to hear your evangelism. Because I know so many people love you, so many people are watching you, so many people are so crazy about you. But since you are an evangelist, this is the platform.
We all should find out our purpose on the planet. We all should find out what we are called to do, and regardless of where we find ourselves or who we are under, we should obey authority. We shouldn't fight authority from the house or the church or wherever there's hierarchy, we should honor, honor, honor. One of the tragedies nowadays is that most young people think old people are stupid. They think old people are very slow. Old people are not abreast or not in step with what is happening now, and technology is on, and they don't know how to cope. So they think they have to make a way with old people and do things by themselves, and this is very dangerous. We should be careful. The founding fathers of the nation, the fathers and mothers around us, whenever you are around an old person, you should submit yourselves, so you be a mentee rather than an agitator. Let them be your mentors, because old people have made too many mistakes for you. They've made too many mistakes in life. It is for you to learn from, for you to humble yourself, and you can never learn from someone you don't respect. You can never learn from someone you're jealous of. You can never learn from someone whose position you want. You need to humble yourself, submit yourself to authority, listen, and don't fight the process. Do not fight the process. The Holy Spirit told Paul not to go to Asia. He said, go to Macedonia. Macedonia is the process to prepare you for Asia. Some of them want to go straight to Asia. Do not arrive before you depart. Take your time. Go through Macedonia, through the process. The process always prepares you for the destination. It does not take you away from it. So submit yourselves to authority. Obey those older than you. If you do that, you're on the right track.
Thank you very much. I want to say thank you to Timothy Gbentum. Of course, you can follow him on Timothy Gbentum Ministries on Facebook. It's been Go Gospel on Star Television. We go back to the studio to continue our program. That will be Majid Michel for Gbentum. We get on Go Gospel with him. They give or share their experience with we concerning movie world and Christianity world. How we go balance the two, how we for be as Christian, especially we within the movie form. Of course, so many people are made on the follow Majid Michel, so many people are lovers of Majid Michel, so many people don't watching movie and then see some kind negative reaction we able to get. But I have know say Majid Michel was a born again Christian, and Yeweti tell you Majid Michel got so many positive values them we ever when you watch a movie where you see the negative thing and they ever attached to in character as a person way they out of the music world. So we as Christians, let we go out there and shine like a light. Let we preach waiting God want we for preach. And not say waiting Majid Michel, Pascal Amanfo, and also Timothy Gbentum don't tell we go take into consideration. The program we watch now Google Sponsor Start TV channel 21. Me don't be your host, Ezekiel Kagbo. I want to say thank you to my producer, George Elliott Sam, to my technical team, Abulai Kamara, man of God, we call Desmond Cole, and also Aruna Toure. Till next week again, Google Gospel come up the same time, 9 to 10. Me want to say, Tata, stay tuned to Star TV channel 21.
Coming down for no reason, I'll be reading my word.
Hello, I'm Ezekiel Kagbo. I'm a born-again Christian. Join me every Sunday, 9 to 10 p.m. on Go Gospel. Go Gospel is a program that brings to you gospel artists to showcase the music and bless you with ministration. As we spread the gospel of Jesus Christ, make it a date with me, Ezekiel Kagbo, on Go Gospel every Sunday, 9 to 10 p.m. on Star Television, channel 21.
So watch me play.
dry tears.
In life, there are problems that just hit you with a blow. Everything crumbles away, and the heartache never seems to disappear. Everything keeps going wrong. You are in despair. What do you do when your hope isn't enough? When your single prayer seems to return unanswered, and the persistent problem is still there? Partner with God and make a chain of prayer. The Chain of Prayer is a weekly series of uninterrupted prayer and action to tackle the most stubborn